everyone, it's Eileen from Now There's a Crafty Idea, and I'm here with Rachel's weekly challenge. I think it's week 6, I think so. Anyway, it's these lovely side pockets, and I've made one because I just wanted to make sure, again, I wanted to make sure I knew what the principles of it and that. This one's curling a little bit, but that's no problem. Anyway, so let's just get on with it. So I've got my timer ready, so it's 45 minutes and we'll start now. So I've picked out a few different pages from some different books. And I'm not going to do loads, but I just didn't want to end up cutting things down, so I picked out a few of different sizes, because you know you need different pockets of different sizes. So we'll just fold a few and we'll see how it goes. I should really trim those side bits. What I might do is I might trim them once I'm finished decoupaging them. I'll do a couple this way as well. And these are so simple and such lovely little pockets that, you know, it's good to have a store of them, because it's going to, you know, come in handy when you're doing your journals, because they are quite cute. And you can hinge them. You can just have them on the page as a pocket, and then just have your things going in there and there, or you can hinge them and have them hinging out that way, or you could even have them hinging out that way, you know, so that they're quite versatile. And I'll leave that one and we'll do some of this. Okay, so we'll do that one. There we are. And you can just leave these as the text. I think they look quite nice just as text, you know. I've got one from a book that I'm just leaving as the text because I love the actual script of the book. It's beautiful. So if you've got a nice script, a book with nice scripting, then just leave them and pop them in your book, and then you can just put some decorations on and they're going to look just as good. So right, we'll leave it at that because I don't want to be too ambitious, because yeah, we have only got 45 minutes. So there's our bases, and how easy was that? Now you can do this, we'll do this now. Excuse me. It's just the edge of the book where I've torn them off. I'm just hoping that this doesn't try to chew them up. Oh, that's alright then. Let's quickly do them now. I was going to leave them, but we might as well get them done now. And then we're not going to have to come back to it when we've finished our collage. Oh, I knew it was going to start chewing them up. Well, not to worry, I can trim it down a bit. When it's not too bad, the collage will cover that. It's really unpredictable, this cutter. Sometimes it cuts perfect and other times it just chews everything up. And I don't know why. Well, I suppose it's down to the type of paper. But yeah, it's not the greatest. I just didn't want to have to get the big Henry cutter out, because see, now that's chewed, because it's a big cushion. I didn't want to have to go out just to trim off some pages. Maybe I should have done. I'm not even going to try with this one because it's a little bit more fragile. Try and fold that little tucked corner over, and I'm going to leave this one as well because again it's more fragile and it's not really raggedy at the edges, so that's fine. And to be fair, I don't need it to be an exactly straight line on the edges because I kind of like the idea of having it all over. Right, so the pages I've got, these are Artsology, and she does these beautiful pages, and I bought the pack a while ago and I'm still using them because they're still so gorgeous, and there's that many in the pack that I still haven't gotten through them. So let's try with this one. So let's start out. Now, what I'm doing with these first ones is I'm going to try and do them with just one piece, because I kind of like the idea of having a continuous pattern on these pockets. I think it looks really pretty, but we will do some just pure collage as well. So I've got lots of little bits of collage, and these are really good if you've got lots of little bits of collage paper left, you know, those little bits that you don't want to get rid of but you're not sure what to use them for because really they're just tiny. Like little bits like that. you know, these are really great for using them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tuck this, shall I, I'll go that way with it. I'm going to tuck that inside there, and that's kind of going to give me where I need to trim it. So let's go there. Okay, you can cut these or you can trim them with a paper trimmer, but I kind of, like I said, I kind of like the rougher edges you get with this tear ruler of mine. It's not a proper tear ruler, it's just a wooden rule, but it gives you a nice torn edge. So let's get our glue out. And it just, I'm not that keen on the straight edge. It just, for me, it's not my aesthetic. So we'll just pop this on. And I'm not going to be very precious about it because, you know, as long as you've got it in the right place. Because of the nature of this paper, it doesn't actually need, just missed that bit with the glue. It doesn't actually need to be spot on, because it's a collage type paper, so you're still going to see the effect of it even though it's slightly tucked underneath as well. I've been really loving all the challenges Rachel's been doing. I can't wait to see what this week's challenge is going to be. I'm a little late doing this one, so I should have done this one on Sunday gone, which was yesterday. And we just didn't get round to it. I had a day off with the family because, you know, we haven't had a day off with each other for ages, so it was just nice just to chill together. We watched some movies and played some games. There we go, so there's the first bit done. Now I am going to ink this because, you know, I just love to ink things. You don't have to, I just think I like a defined edge. Now I'm not going to sew mine. You can sew them, and they do look really pretty. You can sew all the way around, but I kind of like the idea of not sewing these, and just when I come to a journal, if it requires sewing, then I'll sew it, you know. But I'm just going to glue these because I kind of like the idea of just gluing them. I mean, I would have sewn them off camera anyway, but I kind of like the idea of just glue. Now my glue's being kind of volcanoing, so I'm hoping it's not going to do that, because I lost loads of glue earlier when it volcanoed all over the side. Yeah, I'm still having problems with glue. Yeah. Right, now I kind of like that. Where's my little cloth? Get that glue off there. Let's see, we want a label and I want a focal point, so I am going to just grab my, if I can get hold of it, my flowers folio, because I kind of like that this has got a flower motif already. So let's give it something, a focal point. Now because these are quite narrow, it can be a bit difficult finding the focal points for them, but I'm thinking I will find something. Kind of like the idea of having that. No, doesn't look great. We'll try something else. Right, let's see. Maybe a little one. Wrong colours. Now that's pretty. I like that. And that's the right colours. Yeah, I like that. Okay. We'll go with that. And let's go a label. Now I'm going to use, I love these lovely ones from Tracy, no, was it Tracy? Some of them are from Tracy Fox and some of them from Auntie May's, I think. Auntie May's, yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I think. Do I put that down at the bottom and sort of have them poking it? Yeah, I like that. Okay. Let's get just a little bit of ink round just to take off the white edges where these have been cut out. These came out of one of my flower books that I found. I just sat one night and did loads of fussy cutting because I kind of liked the vibrancy of the flowers. They're so cute. Doesn't need too much. right, we want the flowers first. I'm going to have to be careful putting the glue on these because there's lots of little bits and I don't want to destroy them. So very carefully, and then we'll sit you there. There we go. Right, now our label. And I do love these labels. I think they're called, one pack's called Sciencey Labels and the other pack was from the tag pack that I had. I think these are the Sciencey labels. I'm going to have to start putting labels inside of my ephemera books. And there we go, there's our first one finished and I really like that, that's really cute. Okay, so there's one. Now let's find another. And let's see what we've got. Now wouldn't it be nice to have that flower? Oh yeah, right, we're going to do that. That was an easy decision. Let's see if we, I'm trying to centre it so the flower's not going to be lost. So there we go. And I'm just using the pocket as the guide for tearing. And then I think what I might do is tear the height first. Bring it down just a tiny slip. And all these little bits are going to come in handy because we're going to use those to do one of the other pockets. Now, let's try and get this right. Because I'm just going to take the, or should I just leave it and fold it over? You know what, I'm just going to leave it and fold it over. And that'll give us a bit more strength on that little tiny bit. Okay. Now, let's get our first bit on. Okay, this page needs to come off and I need some tags, so let's fold it for tags. I'm going to be needing some tags soon. I've got so many projects on the go. And we've had snow. We finally had dry snow. Can you believe it? You know, I was telling everybody about how snow is always wet and it's awful. And you know, but it was actually dry snow for once, and it was so much fun. We had snowball fight. Do you know what, my kids? Oh, I came in from work. Me and the dad came in from work, and they were waiting for us around the side of the house, weren't they? With like buckets full of snowballs, and they absolutely bombarded us when we got out the car. So of course we had to, you know, we had to retaliate. And I've got to say, my husband Chris, he's like an expert at snowball fights. He's, whoops a daisy, chucking me glue everywhere. He's an expert at snowball fights. You know, he's a champion snowball fighter. Me not so much, but him, yeah. So he absolutely bombarded them and gave me a chance to get out the car and find shelter. So, and then I came back with a second attack, so it was kind of a joint attack on them. But by the end of it, half of the neighbours were watching us out of the windows, laughing their heads off. I was like, oh, ishk. Oh, how embarrassing. Snowball fights in the streets. Oh, but it was fun. It was so much fun. And in the, you know, these times, oh, that looks beautiful. I love that. You know, I'm not even going to put a focal point in there. I think I'll just put a label, because I think that's perfect. Yeah, in these times we've had in this past year, it was a pure moment of joy that was just so fun. And yeah, I managed to get my son-in-law smack in the face with a snowball. I wasn't trying to get him in the face, but he put his hand up to deflect it and he ended up pushing it into his own face. Oh, that was so fun. And then of course Chris just like got everybody. He's a champion snowball fighter, him. He really is. many days of his youth spent fighting a snowball fighting with his friends. Right, let's find a label. But yeah, we had loads of fun. It was great. Okay, so it's kind of got the red tones. I'm thinking we could get away with maybe a red one. I'm just wondering whether it's going to be too big. So let's just have a look and see. It's slightly too big, but I suppose I could cut that side off. I think that'll look okay actually. We'll do it. We'll try it and see what it looks like. I can always take it off or cover it up if I need to. So yeah, so that was one day. After a long day at work. It's funny how rejuvenating it was, because on the way home I was almost asleep in the car and just dreaming of a hot shower and something hot to eat and a nice bed. But after our snowball fight, oh, it just completely woke me up. There I like that, and I quite like that edge that it's given it. Yeah. So there's two. Oh no, we haven't glued it down. We can't call it until we've glued it. And then they spent another day making a snowman. Which didn't work as well, because for some reason dry snow doesn't produce the best snowmen. But eventually they managed to put together a bit of a snowman. But yeah, that was fun. Right, okay, so there's our second one, and I'm going to pop these underneath my glue book because they're starting to curl, and that'll help. Right, another one. I love the yellowing of this, and I've got a nice paper. Actually, let's do a bit of a collage on this. Now I want to do a collage with some book pages. So let's see what we've got. We've got, I like that one. Got me Ready Reckoner. Oh, a nice French page. I like that dictionary and that music page. I don't think I'm going to use the German page. I'm just going to use little bits here. So let's just start. What I will do is, because I'm going to do a few of these so it's not going to go to waste, is I'll just tear these down around about where I need. Okay, so let's just pop that on like that. And I love the yellowing of these pages, and it's going to mix well with the page that I'm doing it on top of, because that's quite yellowed as well. So it'll all look very nice together. Now I'm going to trim that little bit off. Now I think I've mentioned before about how when paper's thirsty, you know, old paper tends to need more glue. So, you know, it's a good idea to give it a little bit more glue, just because it's very dry and brittle otherwise, and you know, the glue can add a little bit of extra moisture, which makes it easier to work with without actually ruining it. There we go. Okay, so I've got my Reckoner page on. Let's pop that over there. I think I'll have some of this. I think I don't mind it going sideways actually. I kind of like the idea of it going sideways. So let's do that. And this paper is, I think I'll take off that edge. This paper's quite thin, so you'll be able to see the text underneath it, which is sweet, I think. It's quite nice. I'm going to have to journal, I'm going to have to collage some tags soon. So let's get them on. Yeah, and then when I was at work, we were watching the poor squirrels in the snow trying to hunt for food. So we just opened the door, and I chucked a couple of, we only had biscuits. I was going to take them nuts, but I thought, you know, I'm sure that they'll not turn the nose up at a nice biscuit. So I chucked a couple of little biscuits out. And they seemed to enjoy it. They seemed to really like it. Who knew? Squirrels like biscuits. It was just a plain old digestive biscuit, because I didn't want to give them anything with chocolate or anything like that on. and it wouldn't cause them any problems. So yeah, it was nice. I'm just going to pop that up there. So I like the idea of the definition part. Oh, and I've just snagged the bottom of it. Like I said before, this is very very delicate paper. Okay, so yeah, so they seem to like that, and then the magpies got interested and they wanted some. I'm going to trim down that side, I think, possibly, we'll see. Right, we need something for there. Maybe a little bit of music, or shall I use some of this French text? Kind of like the French text, so let's use that. Just going to have it so it's just the text. And I will just measure it out nicely. So yeah, so I'm going to buy some nuts for work. I was going to do it before, but now that the snow's down, I think the poor little things need it. And yeah, the magpies, I'm going to pop to Pets at Home, because you can buy proper food for wild birds. I know they tell you shouldn't feed them. I know they say that, but there's been a marked effect on the wildlife since COVID, because there's not many people about in, especially in like, you know, industrial or workplaces, and it's had a huge effect on them. So yeah, I'm going to feed them. I'm going to let the little darlings know that some of us are still about. I'm not going to bother inking the rest of that, because I like the actual patina around there with the papers. And let's just pop some glue on, and then we can decide what focal point we want to put on. And I'm thinking maybe not flowers, maybe something else. Where's my cloth, because my glue's squidging out. There we are. Right, and I think I will make this one a flip, because I like that, and there's a nice journaling space there, so that one will become a flip. Right, let's just get an ephemera folder. I'm not sure what's in this one. Oh no, maybe it's a Timmy Holtz person. Yeah, he looks kind of dapper there, doesn't he? Right, let's see what else we've got that can fit with him. I'm not sure. Again, like I said, I'm not sure what's in this ephemera folio. I've been sorting them out slowly and trying to work my way around them. And oh, I've got some tickets left of an old kit. Maybe I could use one of them. Let's keep it out just in case. And I'm starting to get there, but it's slow going. It's slow going. I've got far too much of like bits of this and bits of that lying about. Although I wonder if that might look okay. And I need to go through them and figure out what goes where, and yeah, exactly where I've got, because as I've just said, I don't know where I've got. I've got that much stuff. And it needs putting right. That's a nice funny little flower. I'm going to keep that out because that might go on a different one. So I like those little tags. I have a feeling I might want one of those on, but I'll need something on it. I've got some washi stickers, but they're all coffee related, those ones. I might have some others further in. Ho hum hum hum. I kind of, can I find just one word that'll fit on that tag? Aha, I think if I'm careful that'll fit there. Great. Okay. Okay, we're getting there now. We're getting there now. We're starting to come up with an idea. It's starting to form. It's getting there, little by little. Was there anything else? I did have some tiny ephemera, but I'm not sure where that's gone to. It might be in one of my other ephemera folios. Let's see, it might be this one. Yes, it is. Let's see, what do we have? I like that stamp. I like it more than I like them tickets now. But I'm mindful of the direction this has to go. It has to be tall and thin. That might work. That might work. Okay, let's put together what we've got and see what we come up with. Okay. I'm just going to pop this back. Right. Now, I'll just get this on first. And do that little tag. There we are. Try and go equidistant. Or do I want it kind of on a, I think I want it on a slant. There we are, story. Because he looks like he's got a story to tell, doesn't he? He looks like, yep, he's been up to something. He's got something to say. Right. Now, let's see where we can put these. And I want a little tiny bit of, I've just got this brown ribbon, which I think will look cute. Just popped into here. I'm just going to tighten a little knot. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'll get there eventually. There we go. Right, now we'll give him a little ink, because again, as I've said before, these Tim Holtz people do tend to have a little bit of a white edge, just because it's cut out of card and it's a little bit thick. And we'll pop, do I want them above or below? I think I'll have them, put that like that and that like that, and then this can maybe tuck in. That can maybe tuck in there, and then the stamp can go there. Nope, nope, that's not the way I want it. I think I'm going to have to put a knot in this to keep it closed, because it keeps wanting to come apart. You know when you're trying to do something, you just can't figure out where it is? Not great when you're on a timed challenge. Maybe if we put the things up above. Kind of have that like that. I like that better. I do, I like that better. So let's do that. So we'll start off with this one. Because this is card, I'm going to just go with the tacky glue, just to give it a little bit more security. Whoops. I was going to do it that way, wasn't I? Okay. As you can see, my glue is just decided that it's going to volcano again. I'm just going to have to keep a hold of it. I like that like that. Bit too much glue. Where's our little tag? I'll pop that there like that, and then let's get this gentleman on. Oh, no, you've decided not to come out at all. Okay. The glue saga continues. Okay, there we go. Should we have him on a jaunty angle? We'll have him on a little tiny of a jaunty angle. There we go, I like that one. Yeah, I like it. Really cute. So there's another one done. And where are we? How about, so for this one, how about we have a little bit of a mixture of collage paper and book page, and we'll see how we go with that. This is the good thing about these pockets, that it depends on what you want to put on them as to how they turn out, and you know, you can have them looking any way that you want really. And excuse my squeaky chair, it's kind of sweet, you know, that you get to, you know, you can make them to kind of any kind of aesthetic really. I mean, if you were making an autumn journal or a Halloween journal or a bee journal, the good thing about it is these are they come out looking very different depending on how you do them. So I kind of like that. Let's just have a little bit of view. Shall we have you there? We'll have you there. And I can put something down there. New glue a page, please. Right. I was talking in another video about paper memory, and someone says to me, what on earth were you talking about paper memory? I don't think I explained it very well. What I meant was that when the paper's made, the way the fibres are, that's kind of like the memory of it. It's the fibres are put in a particular way that makes flat paper, and the fibres it's kind of like memory. They know that that's the way they originally supposed to be, so that when you fold paper, it takes it a while for the fibres to realign, because they do still move about. It doesn't even matter if it's old paper, and it takes a while for it to realign, and oh, like that, yeah. And that's the paper memory. So just to clear that little bit up, it's not like, you know, paper is not aware. It's not sitting there thinking, well, I don't want to be like that because I remember being like this. No, it's just, it's memory in the way of the fibres kind of are aligned in a specific way, and they kind of remember the way that they are aligned. Now I've got some more scraps, excuse me for reaching. Let's get all my little bits out. There we go. And then we can start using up some of these tiny bits that might not have been used for anything because they're just so small, but they are now going to get used on this nice little collage project. And I'm not even bothered about perfectly covering all of the page, because the pages that I'm using are from old books anyway, and that's fine. That's no problem. So we'll put you down there. I am not even thinking about this, I'm just going with it. And that is a struggle for me sometimes because I find that difficult, but it's good, it's good, it's good. Where's my reckoner? I've already got some reckoner on. Let's get some music on. So let's just... That would be quite nice, just like that, wouldn't it? There we are. Oh, I think I need a new a new glue page. Don't stick down. Now we just need a little bit that goes there. So let's see. What could we use? We could use a little bit more of this reckoner, I think. I only need a little bit. can hear all the seagulls making their way over. That means that the weather's changing again. It's been such a gorgeous day. It rained nearly all last night and the last of the snow disappeared. And then, it's great. I love snow, don't get me wrong, I do love it. But not when you've got to go out in it. It's not so great when you've got to go out somewhere in it. So yeah, it rained nearly all last night, took the rest of the snow, and then today's been really warm. It's been so nice and warm that yeah, I feel as though we're being lulled into a false sense of security. Now I'm just wondering if, I think that's probably going to be too small. Okay, so let's get our flowers out again and see what we can find. I have all sorts of little bits and pieces, but this is the problem, they're all little bits and pieces and I never know. That could be quite nice actually, I like that. I'd have to cut a little bit off, but that's quite nice, that. I like it. And it goes with these nice yellows here. Right, I'm just going to do a little bit, get rid of a little bit more of this white because it's a little bit too much. And now that this is going to be glued down, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit less stable, let's say. Whoops. I've got to say, I do love fussy cutting, but sometimes when you're cutting these flowers out of books, you've got to leave the stems quite bulky because otherwise they just lose the stems. So instead of trying to ink all of the edges, I'm going to try and just ink over the whole thing because I want rid of that white so that it matches in. Right, and then what I might do now is I might just define the edge a little, and that way it gets a much nicer vintage look about it. Doesn't need loads, just there we go, nice. Now I'll put a couple that way and these can become, no, they're going to be too big. Right, so we need a label. I'm starting to drop things again. I've got that much on my desk, I need to give it a good clean off. So I'm going to go straight back through to these, and I kind of like the idea of a nice green label. Oh, is there a green one or is there a blue one? No, it's a blue one. Okay, so how about, yeah, I like that. That's sweet. All my labels are falling out. Right, let's get some glue on. I need to check what time we're on. Okay, so we've got 6 minutes left. We should get this one finished, and we might even get another one done. Right, I am going to snip a little bit of that off, which is okay, you know, it doesn't matter if we lose a little bit of the flower. It's just a little leaf. But you can see how quickly these come together, they're cute little pockets, and I really do like making them. There's a tiny, tiny little bit of that. And then we'll glue you down. There we go. I'm going to pop you underneath there with the others, and I've lost one. You can go underneath there with the others, and let's see if we can get one more done. Okay, right, what I might do for this one, I really like, I'm going to have to do one that way, aren't I? So let's just turn that round. I really like the idea of this bird. I'm just thinking it's going to end up getting cut. There's the edge of the pocket. Actually, that's not too bad. So if I bring that down, because I like those roses at the top as well, and then we can just cut this, or I should say tear it. think I'll leave a tiny little bit over on that side. And this should work, hopefully. This should work. Oh, hopefully. Let's see. Yes, perfect. Now, let's just get this lined up. This is the beauty of these lovely collage pages from these great collage artists. The makeover works so much easier because, you know, you could just put a whole collage page on, and I have in the past when I've been making tags just actually used the collage page itself, and it's a really nice way of just doing a simple tag that doesn't look simple. It looks beautiful and it looks as though you've put a lot of work into it, and you haven't, well, you have, but the work has mostly come from the digital artist who created it, which is, you know, it's a special skill, I think. So yeah, nice. Okay, we're down to 3.5 minutes. We should get this one finished. Oh yeah, that looks really pretty. I like that. And I've left the edge of it showing just a little bit, which once it's been properly inked, it'll just look very pretty. So let's give it an ink. It would help if we had some ink on our dabber. There we go. Oh, this one's looking lovely. You see how quickly these come together? You can very quickly have a stack of these wonderful pockets ready to go, you know. And like I said, depending on the sizes you do them, you can have varying sizes for varying pages. And they're even great floating. I mean, you could cover the back with coffee dyed paper and have them as a floating pocket. You know, you could just maybe put a little paper clip on them and just have them sitting on the edge of the page. Now this one I feel could take a different type of label. Too big. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just stick with these ones. But let's see. Kind of like how dark the bird is, so I think that would be too big. What about this one? I kind of want it on a little bit of an angle. Yeah, I like that one. That's nice. That's good. Right, do I want it below the bird? Yes, I do. And there we go, perfect. So we've got 1 minute 19 left. It's not long enough to make another one, so I'm not going to even bother trying. I'll just stop that timer. So in 44 minutes, because we stopped early, we've made 5. Let's just move some things out the way so we can display them. I'm just going to put the lids on my glues so that they don't dry out, and then we can see what we've got. We've got a beautiful flower one, we've got this lovely bird one, and we've managed to put labels on them, and this one with a lovely, I'm not sure what that flower is, but it's very pretty. I think, is it a forget-me-not? I'm not sure. If you know what that flower is, drop me a comment and let me know. We've got this lovely chappie who just seems like he's got a good story to tell of what he's been up to, and then we've got this nice little buttercup one. I love buttercups. I remember many times in the summer making little daisy chains and then picking the buttercups, and you've got to twirl it underneath your chin to see if you like butter. They never had to twirl it underneath my chin to see if I like butter, because I love the stuff. But yeah, it always reminds me of my childhood when we used to sit and make little posies. So anyway, so we've got 5 done in 44 minutes, and I'm really chuffed with them. They look really perfect. And let's see if we had where can I find, I'm going to use this. It's too big, but you'll get the idea. Your pocket can go in that way, I mean your tag can go in that way, and then it can be a pocket that way, like a side pocket. You could have it as a top loader for a tag, or you could have it going this way depending, or you could hinge it, put some coffee dyed paper on the back, and then it could hinge out and you've got writing page on the back, and then you've got your nice little tag on the front, your nice little pocket on the front. So these are great, give them a go. Thank you very much, Rachel. I'm really enjoying this series. I don't know how many times I've said that now, but I really am. And keep them coming, girl, because I'm really enjoying them. And you've got some great ideas. Give them a go, see what you think, and show me, you know, send me a message and let me see. I don't think my email's up and running yet, but you can, if you want to show me a picture of what you made, you can always get in touch with me through Etsy, which is below, and or on my Facebook page. You can post pictures to that, I think, or you can send them to me through there and I can post them. But yeah, drop a like on the video and add a comment, especially if you know what these flowers are. Let me know what they are, because I love them. And please stay safe and take care, and happy crafting. Bye.